So let's talk about that Dexter New Blood ending. All right, so Dexter is officially over at this stage, and if you've watched the program and you're here watching the video, as you know, Dexter is dead and gone. But let's talk about what this means for the future of Dexter and what actually happened in the episode and where this could lead to in the future. I was kind of sad to see it end the way it did, and I almost wish it would have gone on a little bit further. I think they could have done one more episode to see the cleanup of what happened after Angela found out what Kurt Caldwell had done and found all those bodies. But this was all wrapped up into a nice bow. And what I noticed about this finale and watching it was that just about every theory that everybody thought of came to fruition. That he was going to get caught, that he was going to go to jail, that Angela would figure out who he was, and that his son would possibly kill him at the end of the show, realizing who his father had really become. Now, the last thought of his son killing him didn't seem like a possibility until the very end of this episode. I thought that was off the table, not going to happen. But they took it a whole step further. And before I get to the theory of what they did and where this is going to lead to in the future, let's talk about some of the things that happened in this episode. So I'm still doing my regular recaps, which will be up over the next week or so, but I wanted to get this ending explained video out first for the people who've watched it and want to get some more information here. So what I really liked about this episode is that, Dexter really got put into a corner and we thought he was going to get out. And when he ended up killing the deputy, Logan, I was not happy with that, but it had to be done. I really wish Dexter could have reached down and grabbed the gun, but he grabbed him with his other arm and was unable to do that. I didn't want to see Logan die, but Dexter had to do it so that his son would end up having a reason to kill him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had that reason at the very end of the episode. So it was sad to see Logan go. It was good to see that Angela got all of her answers and was she's going to, at the end of this story, everything's going to be wrapped up into a nice bow for her. She's going to get some national recognition for finding all of the bodies, but she's going to also have to live with the fact that her boyfriend was a killer. They brought Angel Batista back for this episode, and you can clearly see that he has not let go of what happened in Miami, not thinking that Dexter was involved, but never gave up that LaGuerta, wasn't murdered or he had more information. So he was going to bring that information down there or up there to upstate New York. And, he's still on his way there. So like I said, I really wish they would have shown a little bit more in the aftermath of what was going to happen. Let's talk about the future of Dexter. Because the showrunners came out the other day and did a Twitter post saying they're going to have a big announcement on Monday. Now, I personally don't want to see Dexter continue without Dexter. They may have to call it Morgan New Blood. I don't know. But if they do move forward, I do fully believe that Michael C. Hall will be back to play Dexter as the Dark Passenger. You could see that he finally did rid himself of his sister in this episode. Finally, once and for all, got rid of her, and that's right before he killed Logan. He had to shed, that little bit of conscious, the conscious good in him that was still there to guide him, and he got rid of that so that he could do what he needed to do with Logan, which was very, very interesting. So I think if they move forward with this, his son is going to end up being just like him, but try to be a better version of Dexter, which I don't think is really that possible because Dexter did save countless lives. And we're going to see what his son does going forward, but I think his son will have Dexter as his dark passenger to help guide him. Because the very last scene in this episode was his son reading the letter that he had sent off to Hannah. And it was a very heartfelt letter, and his son finally got all the answers he needed about his dad and how his dad really did love him and had to be separated for their own good. And I think that's probably going to tear him apart a little bit if they do move forward with this, having killed his dad and then finally reading that letter. I think it's going to pull on him and definitely cause a negative effect on him, because it would have been nice. Personally, I would have liked to have seen Dexter go off with his son and start a new life somewhere else. I didn't want to see Dexter die, but I will tell you this, it was definitely a better ending than the original series. The original series was kind of a joke with the way it ended. This was a more definitive ending, and it had everything that I think we could have possibly wanted in the finale. Was it a feel-good finale? Absolutely not. But I do see them being able to move forward with the show, with his son, possibly doing the same thing and being guided by his dad. So I do think Michael C. Hall will be involved if they do continue this on, because like I said, the showrunners do have a big announcement coming on Monday. So we'll see where this ends up. But what did you guys think of the program? What did you think of the finale? I thought it was fantastic. I am looking forward to seeing what they're going to do next, as long as Michael C. Hall is involved. I don't want to see Dexter without Dexter, but we'll see what happens.